How's it going, and happy Monday, folks? We're back here at Arsenal. It's getting towards that crunch point of season number 2. Today we have the Champions League semi-final first leg and the small matter of Manchester United. As you can see here, the title race is heading down to the wire. We are 5 points clear at the top, but with Manchester United, Liverpool and Spurs still to play, it's not going to be simple. We are spinning a few plates as well with, of course, the aforementioned Champions League where, well, in the semi-final, we're taking on Real Madrid. I don't know if I'm ready for today. It's going to be intense. Hopefully we can get 2 wins. Let's see how we get on, shall we? Yes, gang, welcome back. This is episode number 18 of the Arsenal Let's Play, and well, as you've already heard, there's a rather large amount of football going on at the moment, and a rather large amount of games that mean quite a lot. We have played one game since we last here. It was against Wolverhampton Wanderers, a team who in this save game have consistently done well. I feel like Wolves in FM23's beta, at least, seem to be rather good. Now, this was a game that was simmering away, and then it boiled over at the end. There was an explosion of goals, but the first goal of the game came rather early on. Rodrigo, back from injury, finding the top corner like that. Great to see him back on the scoring sheet. And well, we scored from another corner, this time directly. Todibo made it 2-0 in the 76th minute. But little did we know at that point, with 10 minutes left, there was still going to be 4 more goals. The first, a gift for Wolves. It made it, well, not long after we scored, 2-1, and well, it was 2-2 not long after. Jimenez scoring yet again, and at 2-2 with 10 minutes left, you'd be forgiven for thinking we were in a mess. We managed to score another set piece, and just to make sure of things, we did grab one last goal. This was deep in extra time. Wolves were throwing men forward. Martinelli took it down well on off the bench for Rodrigo, and with that finish there, he made it 4-2, and a game that should have been nice and simple, it was anything but. You can see here, the XG story tells it all. Second half of the second half, things went mad. Now, that is the only game we've played since you were last here, as you can perhaps appreciate. There's lots of high-stake games at the moment, including this one today. Just looking at the Premier League table, we are, of course, sat top and pretty. 5 points clear of Man City, having beaten them not all that long ago. Elsewhere, Liverpool are trailing behind, but with 5 games left, they are a little off the pace. It is the same 3 teams that were towards the top last year. Last year, we finished 3rd in a 2-horse race. I'm going to hope that this year, we win the Grand National. So as we're taking on Manchester United away as the early kickoff, Man City are making a trip to West Ham. I'm going to hope that West Ham can do us a favour. They're in 5th. They are not a bad team by any means. Elsewhere, Watford, who are bottom, play Liverpool. And whilst I'm not as fearful of Liverpool as I am Man City, I still kind of like to see them lose. You might be forgiven for thinking that with the Real Madrid game in midweek, for this game, I might rotate things a little bit. I might try and be clever. Nah. It's Manchester United away. I'm going full strength here. That means we're sticking with the 4-2-3-1, which really has served us well this second half of the season. And in terms of the team, you can see it here. We are at full strength. Rodrigo back from injury is great to see. A player who, of course, was out for 3 months with that torn hamstring. It was a really, really bad injury. He is back in the team now. He's back. He's training well. He's playing well. He gets the nod. I will just acknowledge, Jesus hasn't been all that recently. His recent form has been very middling. A bit like last year, actually. He started the season well and he's kind of slowed down a little bit. But he is the man I'm going to keep faith in today. If he doesn't get firing, of course, we've got plenty of attacking options. I'm looking at the likes of Ivan Toney on the bench, who himself has been a little hit and miss, but also the likes of Martinelli, who of course scored just last game. Players who we can definitely bring on. One thing that I think we have this year that we didn't have last year is goals on the bench. But anyway, let's get into this game and see how we get on. Manchester United, never a simple game in Football Manager. A trip to Old Trafford isn't exactly something you look forward to, I feel like, as a manager in this game. But hopefully we're going to be able to come away with at least a point. Worth reiterating, we're 5 points clear of Man City. We can afford to drop some points, but knowing that we've got Liverpool and Spurs to play still, I kind of don't want to drop the points just yet if I can avoid it. Halfway through this first half, we've had one shot, wasn't shown as a replay. Can't really report on much here. The game appears to be bogged down in midfield. We are edging out possession, but nothing is happening. Okay, finally, first highlight of the game. Not exactly where I want to see it. It's a throw in our own half, and well, it was a long throw attempted. We've dealt with it once and then twice, but the ball is still with Casemiro here. He's going to play it forward to Eriksen. Jude Bellingham on defensive duty keeps the ball in, but Eriksen keeps the ball alive for them. Kessie makes a great little tackle, the Ivorian, lays it inside to Kieran Tierney, He has a little bit of space if he wants to carry the ball. Instead, opts to pass it to Todibo. The ball is over the top. Jesus, one-on-one. Chances might be few and far between. That could be massive. It's not pretty. It didn't look particularly good in the match engine. The defender, I don't know what he was doing, but I'm not going to complain one little bit. The ball looped over the top, and from there, we've scored. Todibo, big ball up to Jesus. Who is that defender? Number 4, Harry Maguire? No, Alvarez. If it was Harry Maguire, I might give the game the benefit of the doubt. It's 1-0 here. It's first chance of the game. We've taken it. Another chance, maybe. Odegaard, deep free kick, played in. Todibo leaps like a salmon and headers it like a salmon. Salmon, not known for their headering. It's gone over. Maybe one last chance to end the half. Manchester United with a chance from a corner. Eriksen puts it in. Varane, free header. And I'll tell you what, in a game with not many chances, that's a big one. Half-time here, it's not been good. I could pretend otherwise. You can see the stats in the top left. It has been awful by everyone. I'm going to tell the players I'm far from pleased, just looking at the team itself. I noticed here, Rodrigo not having the best of games on a 6.4. Going to make an early proactive change. Martinelli, on you come, son. I mean, whilst this game's not exactly been a classic, it's actually kind of a good scoreline for us. If Manchester United don't score and we scrape a 1-0, I'm perfectly okay with that. Whether or not we can expect that, I suppose, remains to be seen. You can't really envisage the first half being as woeful as the first half was for opportunities. Just going to hope that maybe we're going to be on the benefiting end. Of course, with Manchester United maybe throwing a few more men forward, maybe the game will open up slightly. Or maybe with wayward passing like we've just seen, it'll open up as Rashford has a chance. I don't know who blocked it. I don't know how it's not ended up in the back of the net. But I am relieved. That was a really good chance for them. Going to make some changes here. Tierney on a booking. Do not like that. We're going to bring in Zinchenko. Elsewhere, Bellingham and Odegaard are the kind of players you keep faith in, I think, in this kind of match. But I am going to bring in Andre Santos for McKennie. Andre Santos, by the way, developing absolutely insanely. Look at the 19-year-old here. He is mad. 14s and 15s across the board. He's the man I'm going to give the nod to. 2 further changes if I want to make them. But for now, I kind of just want to hold them back. With 15 minutes left, I'm just going to tell the players to lower the tempo, up the time wasting, and just limit the amount of overlaps we're going for. We don't need to commit quite as many men forward. Man City United, you'd imagine here, are really going to go for it. So far, though, with 10 minutes left, they might be going for it. It's not showing on any of the stat lines. I say that. Then they get a corner. Eriksen whips in. It was towards Varane. It was headed away from danger initially, but not completely away from danger. And Ruben Neves has scored an absolute banger. Of course, Ruben Neves, linked with Manchester United in real life. According to Football Manager, and according to this one game here, he'd be quite a good addition for them. Corner, headed away initially. Bellingham couldn't get the second ball. Bruno Fernandes laid it off, and then I'll tell you what, that finish by Neves is mad. Off the back of that, I am just going to look to go a little bit more direct. Basically going to re-enable the stuff we had on before, although I am going to put pass into space on and change things up there. Going to take off Bellingham, I think, for Andreas. And even though Jesus has played well, I'm going to bring in Ivan Toney. Bit of a target man, bit of a bigger, meaty forward. I think you can hold at the play that little bit more. I think that's maybe what the doctor orders in this game with, 8 minutes left to try and find a goal. It's, I don't know, I feel like it's going to be a tall order from here. I'm going to go for one last shout of demand more. 3 minutes left. 1-1, not disastrous, not ideal. But away from home against Manchester United, in isolation, you'd probably take it. And in a game where, let's be frank, it's not been a classic. There's not been a load of chances. I feel like we can feel content with a point, if not, 100% happy with it. We do remain top. Man City, of course, do play later here, so time to bash continue. Hope that West Ham can maybe do us a favour. They are higher in the league than Manchester United, and Man City have got that tricky game against them. You can see there, looking at the calendar, Real Madrid loom for us. And actually, looking at things here, West Ham have managed to beat Man City 4-2. That is what we wanted to see. That means that we actually extend our gap at the top. We're now 6 points clear with 4 games left. Could it really happen? I mean, the obvious answer to that is, yeah, it could really happen from this situation. It probably should really happen. I am going to rest the players up. We have got Real Madrid in 3 days' time. I'm going to see you for that. A game at home. Have a sneaking suspicion we're going to have to be at our very best to win this next one. If you ask me which I wanted to win more out, the Premier League and the Champions League, I'd probably go with the Premier League in this situation we're in with Arsenal right now. Having not won it in a while, I think it's a greater test of a squad. That said, we're in the Champions League semi-finals. We're taking on a Real Madrid team who are currently top of La Liga by 11 points. and I would quite like to beat them today. I know, though, it's not going to be easy. When it comes to team selection for this match, just one change made. I'm going to start Martinelli. He was big for us last time out when we took on Milan, and he's been big against Benfica before. I'm hoping for more of the same from him in the Champions League. Elsewhere, we're pretty much at full strength. I rested the players mid-week, and as a result, we go into this game as ready as we're going to be. Now, I am anticipating Real Madrid to play a 4-3-3 with a defensive mid, you know, the standard three kind of wide players, a striker, inside forward on the left, inside forward on the right. Hopefully, that's what we're about to be greeted with, and indeed it is. Vinicius Jr. is going to be a threat. Asensio on the right. Their centre mid setup is absolutely mad. Valverde, Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Rudiger, and Eder Militao at the back as well. Their spine to their team is undeniably, I think, better than ours. But we've upset the odds a lot already this year. At home, want to believe we can at least give ourselves a shot going into the second leg, which, if I'm not mistaken, is only a week away. Okay, maybe an early chance here. We're not going to have to wait quite as long as the Manchester United game for the first real moment of this game, because Ben White has possession. He's bringing it out of defence, plays it to Pedro Porro, playing as that complete wing-back. He looks for Jesus. Militao reads it nicely. Alaba, Rudiger, Eder Militao. Who's playing a right-back for them? Azpilicueta. If I was going to target a weak link, I think I'd say he's the man. Much like Otamendi for Benfica, maybe Martinelli can have some joy out in that area. That said, we could be on the back foot here, because Asensio holds it up nicely, gives it to Azpilicueta, who I've just been talking mad rubbish about, and in the end, it's a Vinicius Jr. shot that is blocked. But maybe they're just a little taster of what to expect from Real Madrid. They are going to have their wing-backs overlapping. They are going to commit men into the attack. Maybe fortunate just to have some bodies behind the ball there. And well, having been on the attack, it looks like Real Madrid now looking to catch us on the counter. David Alaba, crazy ball through to Benzema, who's through, goes around the keeper. Todibo gets away from danger somehow. And that is two chances in very, very quick succession. I've not enjoyed that. I'm making what could be described as a reactive early change. I'm dropping the two centre mids deeper. McKennie's going to play as a Segundo Volante, which I like to envisage in my head is the box-to-box midfielder equivalent of the defensive midfielder. And I'm also dropping back Kessie. I feel like we need just to sit back a little bit more. As much as the home team, I want to go on the attack. Sitting back might be the order of the day. And I'll tell you what, that is a chance for Jesus. 10 minutes into this game, shot blazed over the bar. And, well, looking at the stats, actually, 12 minutes played, we've had 62% of possession. But possession doesn't win your football matches on its own. And, well, Vinicius Jr. is currently in possession. Gives it to Benzema. It's blocked by Todibo. There's been a lot of chances for Real Madrid early on here. We've got plenty of men behind the ball. Even more so, I suppose, now with the defensive midfielders. Corner whipped in, headed away from danger. Oh my word, it's been not a calm opening 15 minutes here. Corner for us. We are threatening from these normally. Odegaard over it. Options in the middle. It's not, well, beating the first man there, which is disappointing, but we do still have the ball in a dangerous area. Ben White, Bellingham, Jude Bellingham, goal number 13 of the season, breaks the deadlock, somewhat against the run of play. I'm not going to complain one little bit. That is a goal which, I mean, let's be honest, it's a moment of individualistic brilliance here. Jude Bellingham gets the ball, cuts inside, and smashes it into the top corner. Keeper had no chance. We take an early lead. Okay, Real Madrid with the ball on the near side. Having taken the lead, I kind of want to hold on to it. At the same time, I back us to go and get another the way that we're attacking at the moment. Martinelli takes it down with snow on it. Unfortunately, he's dispossessed, but Kessie regains it. Martinelli inside. Jesus, goal number 28 of the season. We double our lead inside the first half an hour. And Real Madrid, after a lot of chances wasted, well, they might live to regret them here. A bit of fortune, I think, about how the ball actually ended up making its way into the box. Valverde caught in possession. Then Martinelli's attempted ball in was deflected, but Jesus, the first to react, finishes it, makes it 2-0. After a flurry of chances at the start of the half, that game really did fizzle out after the second goal. I think the good news for us is, obviously, we're on top, but also the big call that we made to start Martinelli has worked a treat. Not going to change things too much tactically just yet. A little bit concerned about Bellingham on a yellow. Maybe a little concerned about Odegaard having another quiet game. But Odegaard is just our best player. When he is at it, he is unplayable. I'm going to hope that in the second half, maybe with a little bit of a shout of demand more, we can, try and turn the screw and maybe get a third. I think a third goal I start to really believe. Right now, Real Madrid haven't had a shot on target. All those efforts blocked because they were blocked by defenders. Don't count as shots on target in game. I don't get it either. Free kick here. Martin Odegaard, the man over it. The man who I've kept on the pitch for moments like this. Can he find the back of the net? He can't. His effort blaze is just over the bar. Okay, 20 minutes left in this game. Despite his goal, I am going to take off Bellingham and just play things safe here. I'm going to bring in Andreas. I've been patient with Martin. It's time to take him off. McKennie's on a booking as well. So triple change being made. Andre Santos, the man coming on again in the midfield. Kind of player who I really trust just to come in and do a job for us. And, here he is doing a job, winning the ball in a good area and playing it forward to Jesus, who is fouled. VAR is going to review this. If this is a penalty, if this is a chance to score from the spot, we could be 3 goals up after the first leg. The referee is going to review it. Was it in the box? Wasn't it in the box? It was. We have a golden opportunity here, and it is going to be Jesus, the man who probably would have scored the chance that was coming his way before being fouled, over it. The number 9. Can he score here? Yes, he can. It is 3-0, 17 minutes left. It couldn't have gone any better than this. I feel very justified in the decision to play Andre Santos now, having got the assist, or pass rather, that led to the penalty. I don't think he's given an assist for it, but he absolutely should be. And now Tierney's on the overlap, and we're looking for a 4th, surely not. Jesus, he's gone down in the box again. Rudiger's on a yellow already. VAR's going to check this. Are we about to have a second penalty in this first leg? If we make it 4-0, we basically have a foot in the final. Rudiger, the man being reviewed, it is given. Can we score from the spot? He's done it once. Of course he can do it twice. He Panenkes it down the middle for goal number 31. It is a hat-trick. It is 4-0. Oh my word. This is one of those games where I don't really want to change anything else. Everything's gone to plan. We've taken chances that came our way, created a lot. Benzema, one of their best players, on a 5.9. I noticed Azpilicueta at left-back also struggled immensely. He was on a yellow card by the end of it. Martinelli running him ragged, but a great team display. And in the second half, they didn't create anything, Real. We were just better than them. And, oh my word, I can't wait for tomorrow now. Tomorrow's episode is going to be a banger. In the Premier League, a couple of games played, none that have any bearing on us, although Wolves have just won to go into the top 4, so fair play to them. Jesus, man of the match, you were superb, my friend. Top quality performance by him. Oh my word. So looking at our upcoming games, we've got West Ham, then Real Madrid, then Liverpool. There is also Tottenham lurking away in the distance. When we come back next time, we're coming back for the games against Real Madrid and Liverpool. 2 games that I'm hoping we're going to be able to get the better of our opposition in. In the meantime, West Ham away, whilst not simple, isn't a game that I'm super fearful of. When I come back and we've lost to them, we don't talk about this chat. Hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. Hopefully you enjoyed today's matches. The first one kind of would have been awful if West Ham hadn't beaten Man City, but with them winning 4-2, it was a great result to draw at Old Trafford. The second game, don't know what more there is to say about it. Either way, I'm going to go rest up, calm down. I'll see you tomorrow for episode number 19. Is it 19 tomorrow? It might be. I lose count easily. I'll see you for whatever number episode it is. Until then, take it easy. It's me, Jack, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.